When you start putting yourself into a gratitude state and you ground yourself that way every single morning, you go to sleep that way. Put on that 2 minutes before you go to sleep. Think about everything that you've been through in this day and then be grateful for it. Look at your life and be grateful for it. Because the thing that I think people get confused where gratitude is concerned is that you really only say thank you for what you know you have. People don't really say thank you for the things that haven't showed up yet.
Mhm.
This is why a lot of things aren't showing up. When you're saying thank you, you're putting yourself in a state of knowing that you have this thing. So if I say thank you for the finances that are coming into my life, thank you for the beautiful people, thank you for my kids, thank you for everything, thank you for my wonderful, amazing husband, thank you for my children, thank you for everything. What you're doing is you're putting yourself in a state of knowing that you have this. Even if you don't have children, even if you don't have a husband, even if you don't have the job yet, even if you don't have the finances yet. When you put yourself in a gratitude state, you are bringing it out of yourself because you are acknowledging somehow, some way, I'll manifest my husband. Somehow, some way, those children that I have, I will love them. They will be abundant. They will go through wonderful things. But you're putting yourself in a state where you're being grateful. Be grateful and ground yourself in that state every single moment of every single day. Because what's happening to you? Every moment something's happening, right? Thank you for that moment. Thank you for that guy letting me in traffic. Thank you for there just always being great drivers when I get on the road. Be grateful. Put yourself, because gratitude grounds you in your now. Gratitude reminds you that you're here, that you're breathing, that this moment is happening, that you have things that you can look at and say a yes to. Gratitude ties you into the yeses of your life because when you say thank you, you're saying thank you for the yeses. People don't say thank you for that punch in the face. Who says thank you for that? Let's be realistic here. We're always looking for the good things, right? We're always looking for that thing that makes us feel happy. So you have to put yourself in a state where you have to know that no matter what you're going through, to be grateful. Because you can change anything that's happening in your life by just grounding yourself for even 2 minutes, even 1 second, even just thank you for being here. It took me a long time to be able to say that statement and really mean it. A long time. I'm 43 years old now, and I still sometimes struggle with being here. Because when I look at the world and I look at how things are happening and the struggles, and it's like, how do I make this impact that I want to make? And then I start overwhelming myself with all of this stuff. Every mistake that I've ever made, everything that I don't feel like I've done yet, all the stuff that keeps us trapped in our holes. You start to go back and you start to reconnect with your pains and stay in this stuck phase where you're just looking back. And then you put all this pain in the future of, oh well, it may not, and it may, and this, and oh, and the relationships, and men ain't no good and women ain't no good, and humanity is garbage and it's not going to work out, and we put ourselves in all of these states, and then we start getting so overwhelmed. And I still find myself every so often getting overwhelmed. But here's the thing, no matter how far you get in this journey, there's always going to be something that you need to ground within yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. A friend of mine's husband just recently passed a few days ago, and there's a piece on her because she's like, I just hope that he understood that everything that I tried to teach him in this life, that he gets it now. He gets it. Be grateful. Because one of the most painful things that I think we experience is death. And yet, there's the inevitable reality of it. There is an expiry date at the bottom of every single one of our foots. Period and point blank. You can't escape it. Your children can't escape it. Your parents can't. Your friends can't. Your tree can't. Your bird can't. Your dog can't. Your lighter can't. Your camera can't. Your laptop can't. Everything has an expiry date. You understand? And there's no way of us being able to run away from that. But when I look at death, and I remember how close it is, because, you know, you eventually, no matter what pain you're going through, you will move past it. And this is one of the greatest things of gratitude, is to remind you that you've moved past it. You know, in looking at our daily, in looking at the fact that we're going to pass, and looking at the fact that we have that expiry date on us, why do we move so loosely with ourselves and with others? Why have we put ourselves in a position of this imperfection, and we just beat ourselves with it? Oh, well, you know, you're not good enough, and you're not good enough. And instead of saying, you know what, thank you for every single snowflake on this planet. Thank you for all the people that I see, because it takes a lot to make a world, y'all. Thank you for each person that I see. Thank you for the hurt people that I see. And then send them love. Because every single one of us got some kind of story. Something. We all got something. But when we put ourselves in a state of understanding that when we are grateful for our every single second, we can put ourselves now in a state of saying, I can help you. Do you know you can help somebody through gratitude? Because every moment that I'm focused on being grateful for you, even when you're not grateful for yourself, because many of us is not grateful for ourselves. I know I've spent years not being grateful for this life. Knowing everything that I know, I still wasn't grateful for it because I couldn't figure out, okay, so how do I fit it into this box that the world tells me I'm supposed to fit everything into? How do I fit it into this neat little world and run the rat race and do this and, you know, focus on, how am I supposed to focus on them and focus on me? How am I supposed to do this thing? How do I do this? Because that's the big question everybody wants to know. How do I live a spiritual life? Without church, without the religious rhetorics, without the stuff, without all the stuff, without all the rules and the regulations and all the energy that we have pumped into this box. How do I live it? You live it by just being grateful. It's the easiest way to really enjoy your life. Because you know what gratitude does too? It brings you into your now. You're right here, right now. You see your husband walk past and he give you a little smile, you be, oh, thank you, God, for that smile. Maybe smack him on the butt too. Get an extra smile out of him. You understand? Same thing for your wife or your mate, whoever it is in your life. If you want to see a smile on your children's face, thank you that you can kiss them. You know how many parents can't kiss their children right now? You know how many parents wish they were in our places right now to be able to walk in a room and kiss their children? I know I miss my child. She lives with her dad. You know how hard it is for me? I didn't abandon her. I didn't throw her away. And yet every single day, that struggle of not being able to wake up and just go kiss her in the middle of the night and 15,000 times a day that I want to. But I got to be grateful for every kiss I ever had. And I have to be grateful for every kiss I know I'm going to have. Thank you for the kisses that I'm able to give my daughter. Thank you for these moments. Thank you for the blessings of every time I see her and I get to hold her and I get to genuinely just give her that love. You have to put yourself in a state where you have to know that whether you're far or near, you give yourself that grounding of saying, thank you. Thank you that I ate this meal. How many people look at their food and they just gobble it back? Did you say thank you? Did you say thank you to Mother Earth for giving you that meal? Did you say thank you to Mother Earth for the car that you're driving in or the house that you're living in? Or did you give anything, any kind of gratitude for all that you have? When you write on a piece of paper and you're cussing somebody out or you're cussing somebody out on your phone and they're like, did you say thank you for that phone that you cussing them out on?
Jeez.
You understand? Did you say thank you for the actual cognitive sense of being able to cuss somebody out? Did you say thank you that your brain is functioning right now and being able to communicate with somebody? Like, these are the things that we have to get into and we have to understand about our lives and understand the power of who we are. You want to talk about power. You want to talk about giving it away on a regular basis. You give it away every time you look at something and says it has power over you. How about you give yourself some gratitude and say, I am so powerful. Look how I could look at somebody and make them smile because you just smiled at them. Thank you for that power. Thank you for that power that I can walk into a room and light it up. Thank you for the power that I could be a really great friend, that I could be a great mom. And if you don't feel like you're doing the job, guess what? Thank yourself for giving yourself the patience and the time and the growth that you need, because all you're doing is working with what you got. When you put yourself in that state of just looking at all the little increments of who you are and who your life is and who the people that you have manifested into your life. You're good, you're bad, and you're ugly. It's yours. But were you grateful at any point in time? Did you put your energy in that space of saying, you know what? Thank you for me. And I make great decisions. Did you put yourself in that place? Did you say thank you that, you know what, I'm not going through that abuse anymore? And every day really put yourself in that place. Because our minds is like yesterday. I don't care what's going on. If I ask you to go and look back at your best day, you can go back and look at your best day and it will instantly start to bring back everything. The emotions, it's going to start to bring back. You can close your eyes and be in that space right there. You can feel it. You can smell the smells and taste the taste. And you can just feel the wind blowing on your skin. In that moment, you can be right there. But how much of us spend the time of, staying in those negative things, instead of those beautiful emotions that bring all that positivity back to you? Because right now, most of us are stuck in yesterday. We're so terrified of the future that we've painted some horrible stories of it. So, yesterday and our stories of yesterday, because we look more at the mistakes and the sadness and the hurts that's why when we did the first meeting, I said, write down all the stuff that hurt you. Write it all down. Like, get it all out. Read it over and realize this is not happening to you anymore. You've moved past this. Ground yourself in knowing every time if you need to keep reading it and reading it and reading it. But then I also told you, write a list of some good things that happened too. And focus there. So you picking up your gratitude list, guess what? Which list are you picking up? Are you focusing on the negativity that happened? And you're still beating on that drum because you're not going to go back and say thank you for it. But one day you'll learn that saying thank you for that too is also a blessing. Because that's what got you here too. There's a 50-50 split to who you are. There's a 50-50 split to your parents and going back and going back and going back and going back. And at the same time, big question, did you learn gratitude? Did your parents teach you gratitude? Did you see your parents being grateful for their life and for the things that were happening for them and being grateful for you? Did they show you that gratitude? That is also a big part of what has to heal. Because were you ever taught this lesson? We were taught how to cross the street, some of us. We were taught how to brush our teeth. We were taught a lot of things. But did we ever get taught gratitude? Was that part of your daily life? Was that something that was there for you? You know, I can go back and it's funny, I could really remember every single one of my aunts and my uncles always making sure to put out that gratitude there. Anytime something went well, they'd be like, boy, thank God for that, boy. Even when stuff was really, really, really bad, and I've been through some really, really rough things as a kid, it was, you know what, everything's going to be okay because, you know, God's with us. You know, my uncle used to say, Jah guide. He'd be like, man, Jah guide, man, everything's all right, man. All you have to do is wake up every morning and say your prayers and give your blessings and just be grateful. I'm just grateful that I'm here. And he would put that gratitude out there. And I literally watched them and I watched their gratitude really make things change. I watched my mom sitting down there like holiday time coming up and Christmas was a very beautiful time for her family because that was the time that everybody came together and, you know, it was just love. And for her, everything was about love. Once it incorporated love, that was her favorite thing. And her growing up, Christmas was when love happened in her house. And so she wanted us to have that. And when she could not, well, boy, oh boy, oh boy, you want to see a woman go, she'd go down. And at first I used to watch her and I used to think, oh my gosh, like, you know, the stress that she used to be under. And then eventually, as I got into like my later teens and my 20s, she would just be like, no, I'm no stress. I'm so grateful that I've had all the Christmases with you guys. I know that everything's always going to work out. And every single Christmas, I mean, even if it was down to the 24th, it would work out. And even for myself, I had to have those experiences where I lose my job. I have no income. I'm on welfare. I don't know what to do. Even welfare, I don't got that either. There's times where I had nothing. I couldn't get welfare. I didn't have a job. I had nothing. And I'm sitting down there and I'm trying to use my little crafts. And you know how many years I made gifts for my family? I made them a board and just wrote beautiful poems onto it. And I just told them, you know, showed them my gratitude for them. Like, okay, well, you know what? I know you like pictures, so let me make you a beautiful picture board. And those things are things that they're more grateful for than anything that I've ever bought them. Those are the little things that we can put ourselves in a place of when, you know, you look at your life, you want to stay in that state of gratitude because I thank God for these hands. If I didn't have these hands, I don't know what I would do. I would figure it out. Obviously, I would have had another journey. And I would have been grateful for that one too. But I realized, you know what I mean, that I thank God every day for my hands. Thank you for my hands and thank you for my mind and thank you for the creativity that comes out of it. Thank you for being able to design something and no matter what I touch, it just turns to gold. Thank you for that. When we keep ourselves grounded there, you're going to teach other people that. This is the key here. I want you guys to take whatever you learn here and I want you to go out there and I want you to share it. I don't want you to just, you know, build and you grow. I want you to share that with others. I want you to be able to, you know, if you don't understand how to explain it, be like, yo, what you need to do is go and listen to this right here and do this right here. And you know what I mean? Just try to share even that increment and be grateful that you have the opportunity to do that. Because people come into your path every day. Every moment of every day, someone's coming into your path. What are you showing them? What are you giving them? What are you giving your kids? What do you want to give your future children? What do you want to give your relationships? You want to give it a lot of gratitude. You want to give it a lot of thank yous. Because those I ams that are very important about love and peace and grounding, those come from gratitude. If you're unhappy in your life, you'll never say the words, I'm happy. You won't say the words, I'm at peace. You won't say the words, I am secure, if everything in your life you look at and all you see is that list of pain. Thank you for the pain. I'm over that. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? I did it. I got through it. I'm a trooper, because when you go back and you start looking at some of that pain, boy, you start realizing, holy crap, I've been through some things. I've been through some stuff. And you got to pat yourself on the back and say, thank you. Thank you, Tasha, for getting me through all of that. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the people that were around me, that supported me. You know, I want us to really go back in and after this meeting here, really go in and put yourself in a gratitude state and really go and really take a real in-depth look at your life. And really put yourself in a place of gratitude for it. For every single element. I want you to thank yourself for every hair on your head. Because a lot of people don't got no more. You understand? Thank you for my nails, and thank you for my teeth, and thank you for being able to chew food, and thank you for the fact that your teeth are still in your mouth. Because there's some people whose teeth aren't. I want you to look at you, and I want you to be grateful for every single element, the discoloration in your nails, anything that you ever thought that you didn't like about yourself, or you wanted to pick apart, or you with your friends or your kids, or I want you to go and I want you to take a moment and I want you to just say thank you for them. Put yourself back into that state, because this energy right here that we're coming and bringing with you today, when it's really pumping into your mind, that gratitude phase, it's about really transforming. It's about really implementing that. No matter what expiry date you have on your foot, no matter what experience you are going through, when you turn your eye to the right thing, you can find a way to be happy about something. You'll find that there's one thing that you could be grateful for. One. Because a lot of us might, be in situations where it's just like, I can't think of one thing to be happy about. Then go back into a memory. Then go into the future then. Put something out there that you could be grateful for. Well, I'm grateful that tomorrow's not going to suck. I don't care if you put it like that. Because all that's going to do is just acclimate an energy inside of you that gives you just that little whisper of hope. You know that mustard seed of faith? That mustard seed of faith will ignite that gratitude in you. It will ignite that vision in you that says, okay, well, you know what? Maybe tomorrow won't suck. And it'll activate something in you. You literally feel it. Like if you just say, thank you that today is amazing. You feel the energy. You feel it inside your body, even if you're just thinking it. You feel it. Our feelings, our connections, our words, everything, our thoughts, we have to put it into a place now where we're completely aligning them. And in order to really, really, truly align it, I realized that the most important thing that we can do is put ourselves in a complete state of gratitude. Because it is the highest form of respect for yourself, for your spirit, for your everything, by being grateful for it. There's a saying when it comes to men are only grateful for what they work hard for. Right? So, for females, it's the element, well, if a man ain't chase you and work hard, then he's not going to appreciate you the way you should be appreciated because, well, he didn't work hard for you. And when you kind of look at, there's times where you look at that dynamic and you say, well, when he works really hard for his car, he damn sure appreciates that thing. He will be out there oiling it and greasing it and shining it up, and right? You will see him. You will see
Talking
him
to it.
stroke that car like he never stroked you. You be like, hold up, wait. So what? You don't love me like this thing? But it's the gratitude that he has for it. You understand? It's what he put into it and the proudness that he feels for having this thing. We have to put ourselves in that state of, even on the flip side, you don't feel like your husband appreciates you? Then how about you put some appreciation on yourself, put it back into you, and you'll see it come out of him. We look at how, people would appreciate other things. Oh, even as kids, oh, well, my mom liked him better than me. And it's literally because you didn't appreciate all the little things that you saw. Sometimes maybe mom thinks you're more independent. This child needs more nurturing. So I'm a parent here. I got to split that up. You understand what I mean? But if you put that state of gratitude in your child and you kiss them every day and you say, I thank you so much that you're here, baby. I thank you so much that you're such a beautiful gift into my life. They won't ever question it. They won't have time to question it. Because every time their minds want to take them into, oh, well, I think my mom likes, or this, or their minds will, it'll instantly take them back to a place of, no, every day she kisses me and tells me that I'm a gift to her and she's so grateful for me. Every day. We have an opportunity to utilize our now to be able to make our life better. And so, when I speak to you about this energy of gratitude and of being grateful, I want you to take this moment right now and I want you to move from it from this point on so that you can literally see your life change. Even the days I may not be the most grateful, I acclimate that energy. I've grounded it in so much to the point where when I wake up in the morning, oh, well, you see, thank you very much.
Thank you, Amma.
Yes, and we like that.
Girl.
You know what I mean?
And we're grateful that you are here this morning. Absolutely.
And we are grateful because what that does is we know that this is working. We know that this is healing. We know that this is shifting. Putting ourselves in that state of gratitude is letting us know that, hey, you know what? We're doing something. You understand? With your kids, know that you're doing something. Because we're all adults now, and some of us, and a lot of us, have so much brokenness that we're walking into this adulthood with. We can change that story for our children right now by just literally looking at them and telling them, you're a gift. I'm so grateful for you. Waking up and looking at your husband and telling him every day, I'm so grateful for you. Looking at your wife and saying, I'm grateful for you. Looking at your plants, looking at your home, looking at everything. Thank you. Thank you for this. Because you'll realize that this journey, when you start doing this, gets easier and easier and easier. You start turning your eyes away from your problems, your hurts, your mistakes, as we call them, disappointments, all that the crap that we put on ourselves. And then when you start turning your eye away from that and you start turning your eye onto, I'm grateful for this little Vaseline to keep my lips dry, that don't keep me moisturized. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the vitamin. I'm grateful for the water that I drank. Thank you for acclimating that. I'm grateful for everything. When you put yourself into that state, you start looking and start seeing the abundance that you really have and what you have manifested for yourself. There's a greatness that has come from you. Turn around and look. Go in the mirror and see. There's a greatness that has and is pumping from you. And all you have to do is just turn your eye onto that place called gratitude and stay there. And then next thing you know, those words and those affirmations that we're also trying to get you to pump into yourself every day starts to become real easy to say. Because then you can say, I'm so happy. And then be like, yeah, thank you so much for being happy. Like, yo, thank you for being happy. I am happy. And then the feeling, the mind, the world, everything starts to match up and it all aligns perfectly. Then it all starts to flow. Because Christine's sitting in her sexy space right now looking all delicious like she in a little museum and all that. I'm just saying, I love you. I love your background. You understand? There's this energy of happiness there because you already know where you came from. You know you weren't happy with it, but here you are in this space. Be grateful for it every moment of every day because guess what? That's going to acclimate the next step. So if the house is supposed to get bigger, it's supposed to ground even more. Maybe another child's supposed to come in the energy. You know what's going to happen when you're in that gratitude state? Something else is going to work out for you. Right? If it means the relationship is supposed to now come in. If it means the money is supposed to now come in. Whatever's supposed to now come in for you in that gratitude state, those doors now open. And they stay open. Because you're putting yourself in that place where you're like, all right, things are always working out for me. That's called gratitude. Do you know that? Everything's always working out for me is saying thank you. Because you know that everything's always working out for you. You can say thank you. Thank you that that worked out. 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 Thank you for that smile. Thank you for that love. Thank you for that peace. You start realizing the blessed gift that it's given you. And so today, put it in. That's my main message to you.